So I'm here with Patrice,
Hey guys!
and today we're gonna make a tumbler because we're trying to secure the bag. That's a $20 bill.
Hey y'all, so welcome back to our channel, Craftabilities. If this is your first time here, please make sure you check out our content and give us a thumbs up and also subscribe to our channel.
Subscribe.
So y'all, we have another big order that we are now responsible for. And we need to turn off the news.
You wanna start this over?
No, they can't hear that really good. Okay, so we're back. We just had to cut the news off, but we have a huge order that we're going to be making. It is the 50th anniversary of our school being opened, and guess who they want to help them with this project. So we will be making merch for the 50th anniversary, and these are a few things that we've made already. If you are on my channel, Craftable Things, then you have seen this design. So now we have a meeting today with the chair of the committee to discuss some other details as far as marketing this event and also some merch that we can make. Today, before she gets here, we are going to make a tumbler for her. Now, we are just simply going to put one of the logos onto the tumbler so that she can see what that would look like. So we will be subbing this 20-ounce skinny straight sublimation tumbler. And for those of you who may be new to sublimation, this tumbler has a special coating on it which will allow it to be subbed. So we are going to simply print out one of these logos and we are going to press it using a tumbler maker. So let's get started. So the first thing that we want to do is we want to make sure that our tumbler is clean. So I'm going to take an alcohol wipe and just clean this tumbler off, because if there's anything on the tumbler and you go to sub it, it could possibly ruin your press. So we're just going to clean all of this off.
Wipe it down.
That's it. Out using Cricut because I could not connect my computer. I didn't bring the adapter, the C adapter, so we ended up using Cricut Design Space on my other laptop to print this out. So I'm just cutting the registration marks, because if you use Cricut and those registration marks are there and you try to apply it to a shirt or a tumbler or anything, those registration marks are going to press on your item. All right. So for the next part, we're going to get our tumbler, and I'm being very careful. I don't want any fingerprints on the tumbler. And then we're also going to get our printed image and some heat tape. So this isn't a full wrap. So these are typically or generally easier to do as opposed to the full wraps. But for branding and promotional items, you don't necessarily have to do full wraps. Some people just like logos on their items. So that's what we're going to be doing today. So I'm just gonna take this up, touched it, and I'm gonna put this right here, right there. And as I do it, I'm going to tape the outer edge, because you don't want any water or any air to get underneath your image. So I like to just make sure that the edges are taped down to avoid that. And you want to make sure that you pull it, because what happens is that when air gets in and moisture starts to seep underneath your design, then it'll bleed or it may become blurry. So I am just going to tape it around, and we're going to do that on both sides because this image is going to be on both sides. Okay, so we're done taping this. I decided only to use one side because I started taping and I hadn't taped this one on or placed it. So if I try to do it now, it's going to overlap some of that tape. So I'm not even going to worry about it. This is really just for us to have a sample for her to see. So let's start over. right, guys. So now we're ready to press our image, and I'm not putting any shrink wrap on this because I don't want the shrink wrap going into the tumbler press. But I do have a piece of butcher paper so that we can cover the parts of the image. So if you're doing a full wrap, you want to cover the entire image. But I just want to make sure that the part where we actually have that ink and the image is covered, because we don't want that going onto our tumbler press. So for today, we are pressing this at 356 degrees Fahrenheit, and we will be pressing this for 3 minutes, or 2 minutes actually, with 120 seconds. So I have this in our machine, and it's face down, so the image is making contact with the heating element. Okay, so now we are going to get ready and press it. So we're going to close the machine, and today we're using a real cant tumbler press. It's like a 20 to 30 ounce tumbler press.
And how long we pressed it for? 1 minute or 2 minutes?
2 minutes.
2 minutes. Patrice is now going to remove the tumbler from the press. She doesn't have gloves, but it's all right. And she's going to give it a few minutes to cool down before she opens it up.
So we are all done with our tumbler, and it cooled off. I could not find my gloves. We ended up having our meeting, and now we're just going to reveal the tumbler for you guys. And of course, I like tumblers that are all over, but we could possibly do something like this, or maybe I'll change the background to black, but this is our tumbler.
And guys, if you look carefully, it looks like Patrice messed up and it's a little lopsided.
My hands, look, you.
Or if you got crooked hands.
You.